Hello members, Dan Sniffen broadcasting here from the studio in the hotel, talking today a little bit about drivers and driver fittings. We've been fortunate here at Omni to have received pretty much a full supply of fitting materials from Titleist, Callaway, and TaylorMade. We've got all of their new driver heads and a variety of shafts to try. And in this video I'm going to try to show you how a little bit of a difference in the loft of the club and the shaft that's on it can lead to a big change in how far the ball travels. So in this case, I'm using some TaylorMade drivers. I've got a 10.5 here with the stiff, stock stiff shaft. You can see that, the new M1. And then I've got a 9.5 here with a little bit of a stiffer shaft, an extra stiff shaft. And I'm going to give each one a swing. We're going to have a look at the launch monitor numbers and see what changes with just a few tweaks to loft and shaft type. So with that said, here we go. Driver 1, stock shaft, 10.5 degrees. All right, we're gonna get some numbers on that one. It's in the air. And it looks like we've got just over 300 yards. We'll look at the numbers just a little bit closer here in a moment. Tee up driver 2 now. So driver 2 is a little less loft, a little stiffer shaft. I'm going to try to hit it the same as the first. All right, 2 swings, 2 drivers, 2 swings. Let's go to the tape. Two shots, both reasonably straight. And if I look at the actual numbers here, we're going to see that the ball speed was really similar on both of them. In fact, the second swing is the bottom one. The ball speed actually went down by 1.4 miles an hour. The big thing though is you can see the backspin was at 3,900, and on the second one is at 2,900. Now that's still a little bit high. That's not optimal. Ideally at a ball speed of around 170, we want to see a little bit less than that. These are not my drivers, they're just 2 that happen to be in the fitting cart. But what you'll see with that difference in spin there is that we get a total distance gain of about 22 yards just by knocking off 1,000 backspin. Even though this ball, the second ball, was traveling a little bit slower, we were able to pick up 22 yards by lowering that spin rate. Now, if I was able to lower it even further, maybe I'll try one more here. I'm going to take the loft down just a little bit more, down to an 8.5. And we will see if that reduces the spin even more. See if we can get even a little more distance out of this ball speed here. So don't mind me in the background here putting on a new driver head. All right, so here we are with the 8.5 head now. Going down in loft a little bit to try to make the ball spin even a little bit less. I'll take one more swing and see what happens. All right, here comes the last one here. A little less loft. And we'll go to the numbers on that one. So see, that one there didn't do a ton on the spin. That's probably about as much as I can reduce the spin rate with this current shaft. The shafts that I play are actually a little bit of a different orientation than this particular one I'm swinging, designed to kill that spin even further. But you can see the last one, we dropped another about 200 spin and picked up another 4 or 5 yards. So as you can see, all things being equal in this very highly statistically relevant sample, where I hit one ball with each, we can see that spin is a big deal, and if you don't optimize your spin rates and launch angles, then you're definitely giving up some easy distance, 10, 20, 30 yards at times, depending on how far off your current equipment is. If you'd like to find time to come in and try some of these new drivers and make sure that you have the one that fits your game, you can send me an email at dansniffengolf@gmail.com or follow me on Twitter. My contact information is on there, and you can also call the club. I look forward to hearing from you and finding a good weapon for you. Thanks.